We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And off we go from Denver. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins looking to put it up right away. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They give it to Williams, running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, They get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now it's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. Ricky Pearsall, 76 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And taken right on the 30.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Pat Surtain getting down from his corner spot to make that play.
We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit him so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. To throw is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Michael Mayer, his intended receiver.
And that'll make it 3rd down.
But you look at this Bronco defense.
Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
Baron Browning in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a 2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw, here's Nix. That is caught, and he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
The Broncos at 4-6 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. Sheds off the tackle. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Koo now for the point after.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Koo to kick it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's
fighting through, and he's got space. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Nix to the air.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
To throw is Nix.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Throwing Nix.
And he rifles one incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
This is caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Cousins to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47. 19 yards that time for number 19.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Nix.
He'll find Reynolds over the middle.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Nix. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
Caught left side, Williams. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Nix. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
To throw, Cousins.
That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second and a couple.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. That's a strong running, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more... It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's second and 10.
Operating from the gun. Nix.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Mooney, the motion man right.
Now Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Here's Cousins.
This went into the hands of Pitts.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons.
Darnell Mooney.
66 yards.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now it's Nix.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This one swung out to Williams.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The 20. 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Marvin Mims.
49 yards.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Pass caught by Pearsall.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Following the fumble recovery, Nix. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Nix from the shotgun. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Nix to the air.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On play action, Cousins. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And Sanders now to return. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Back to the air with Nix.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
That's good for our Denver Broncos.
To throw, here's Nix.
And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
To throw is Nix. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to have it here just past the 25.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Here's Nix.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Following the interception, Cousins.
Into the hands of London. And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3.
A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Now we'll pause for an injured player, and that's wide receiver Drake London who's shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Robinson on a give right side.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
That is caught.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line.
Algier now up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 23. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the 1st.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just...
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Falcons, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their luck